few wrongs. I want to prove a few doubters wrong as well. Obviously, I had 5 pro fights last year. I don't give a fuck about what anyone says about exhibition bouts and all this and that. You know,
They were fights, man.
yeah, at the end of the day, mate, Hassan doesn't think that was an exhibition. He got a concussion and a sore head after it. I doubt Bo thinks that was an exhibition. He got his head elbowed in.
Yeah.
So people can say what they want. But yeah, I had 5 pro fights last year. I went 3-2. So I'm going to make that 4-2 now in 2 weeks' time.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to
we left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know, so.
Right, sweet. Welcome back to the King's Court MMA. We are here with the menace himself, Denis Frimpong. Dennis, how are you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good. How close do I need to hold this?
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good.
Yeah, I'm good. Another hard week of training in the bank. 2 weeks out today from putting a man in the hospital. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. A bit tired, you know, a bit lethargic and that. But as you know, every scran I've had since I seen Jan Siraki eating rice cakes and ham has been delightful, because I'm like, right, it might be not the best scran, you know, but I'm living a better life than he is right now. So
yeah. No, I've seen it. You're eating good, man. I'm eating good.
I'm eating all right. Eating all right, you know. I'm eating all right.
I like it. And obviously, that's what we're ramping up for, is Octagon 52, 27th of Jan. Glad to be back in the cage, I'm guessing, obviously, since last time.
Yeah, you know, obviously I want to right a few wrongs. I want to prove a few doubters wrong as well. Obviously I had 5 pro fights last year. I don't give a fuck about what anyone says about exhibition bouts and all this and that. You know,
They were fights, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, mate, Hassan doesn't think that was an exhibition. He got a concussion and a sore head after it. I doubt Bo thinks that was an exhibition. He got his head elbowed in. Yeah. So people can say what they want. But yeah, I had 5 pro fights last year. I went 3-2. So I'm going to make that 4-2 now in 2 weeks' time. And yeah, I'm excited to get back in there and fight someone that's not a fucking crotch sniffer like George, to be fair. You know, he's good at what he does. You know, he's good at sniffing crotch. But yeah, but obviously in the meantime, I've been working on a bit of wrestling defense. So hopefully by the time me and George maybe meet down the line again at some stage, I can give him a better fight.
Come on. And I thought that fight was good. It was a very tactical fight. You guys knew what you were doing. You knew what you expected from George as well, and George knew what he wanted to do. But obviously, we've seen from the training today that the levels are increasing. Jan Siraki, I don't know if I've just butchered his name there, but
I think Jan Siraki.
Siraki,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know about him? What's your expectations?
I know he does. I think he did some training with Steven Seagal. Like, you know, that Aikido stuff where he'll like disarm a knife out of your hand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know he trains the army in some bullshit martial arts. But this isn't the army, and I'm not a soldier, and I've not got a gun or a knife, and he can't disarm my elbows. Maybe he can try armbar me, but I'll fucking dump him on his head. I know he's short for the weight division. I'm tall for the weight division. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. It's his 30th pro fight. It's only officially my 3rd pro fight. So technically he's got 10 times the amount of fights I have. He had 20 pro fights by the time I made my amateur debut. So yeah, I think I'm going to prove a lot of doubters wrong. Yeah, I'm confident going into this one. I think I beat him everywhere. You know, it's not like with the George fight where it's kind of like, yeah, right, my plan is to avoid going to the ground, don't get taken down, you know, keep it on the feet. With this guy, like, if he can take me down, like, it's cool. You know, if he wants to stand, it's cool. You know, maybe I'll take him down. You know, I'll do whatever I want to him, to be honest. I think I'm just going to outclass him and finish him within the 3 minutes, within the 3 rounds. So
Come on. And how did the fight come about? You know, did you get a list of names, or was it just his name came up and you thought?
No, I pick my fights. You know, I'm the A side. Everyone wants, you know, everyone really knows that I am the A side, regardless of my record, regardless of all that other shit. Everyone knows, and I think he knows as well, that I'm going to sell the fight. And that if he can try and maybe beat me, that he can get a bit of a name off that, because I'll build the fight. So yeah, I actually selected him as the victim. I thought it was a good matchup. He was, when I initially tried to get the fight, he was ranked number 8 in the rankings. The day they confirmed the fight with me, they took him out of the rankings. So shout out Octagon for that. Yeah, nice one. But it is what it is. He's a veteran of the game. He's a veteran of Octagon. He's a staple in the Octagon promotion.
Yeah.
So he's a Czech MMA hero, as it were. I think they call him the lady killer or some shit like that, or fucking yeah. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I basically called Stefano out. I initially wanted to fight Siraki when Hafeni Nafuka pulled out with his hurt vagina. I think it was on like a week's notice I was willing to fight him on.
Yeah.
I was a bit heavy at the time, so I wanted it at like 74, 75, like a catch weight. He picked Stefano instead, which, fair play, easier fight. He ended up losing it. And I think now he wants to claw a win back, get himself back in the rankings. So he said he'd fight me. I said I'd fight him, and that's that.
Has he made a mistake by accepting the fight with you?
He's made a few mistakes so far. He made a mistake by accepting the fight with me. But, I give him respect for taking the fight, because a lot of these guys don't want to fight someone who has 2 fights officially. So, it's a risk for them. They know that I'm a good fighter, regardless of what they want to say online and what they want to say in interviews. They know I'm a dangerous fighter. They've seen what I've done to Hassan. They see what I've done to Bo. So they know what's up. Yeah. And they don't want to be seen losing to an on paper 0-2 fighter. Whereas, he's game. He's got, his 30th pro fight. He's willing to fight someone that's up and coming, hungry, younger, longer, better. And fair play to him for that. But I do think he made a mistake in accepting the fight. I think he made a little miscalculation, and he also made a mistake by starting the online beef with me, because to call someone a keyboard warrior, knowing that they're a keyboard warrior, maybe you shouldn't have started a keyboard fight with a keyboard warrior. You know what I mean? So
it's true, and I was going to get onto that. Really, that is a mistake that he's made. Really, you said that. Well, he said to me on text before that you were going to just take it easy. He started it.
Listen, like I said, I respected him, and I still respect him, as I said, for taking the fight, for being a veteran.
Yeah.
I respect his skill set, I respect his gameness, but I wasn't going to chat any shit to him, you know what I mean? I was just going to allow it. I was just going to go in there, maybe try and turn babyface. But, people want me to be the heel, so I'll be the heel. Every time I try and get out, they try and pull me back in. So it is what it is,
That's it.
I did have the weapons cache ready, though, to be fair. I had an album full of memes ready for him, just in case he decided to start it. So.
Nice. We like it. I mean, the fans obviously would like to see entertainment. We like to see it in the ring. We like to see it outside of the ring as well. So.
And I supply both.
You do indeed. That's the one. That's why you're headlining Octagon Challenge obviously last year because of your skill set as well. But obviously they get you back in as soon as they're back in the UK as well, which is good. We know he's a smaller guy in terms of height for the weight class. We saw he's training here with some of the guys that have similar stature to him as well.
Bantamweights.
Indeed. Is that obviously those are technical, strategic, obviously placements that you're training with there as well to try and emulate him.
Yeah, obviously I've got I've got Darius Mafi. He's a tough guy, game guy as well. Iranian, wrestling his whole life. Definitely a well better wrestler than Jan is. Maybe not as physically strong, but on a Saturday morning session, we're not trying to really use strength. We're trying to be technical.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of technical skill, I outclass Rocky every time. You've seen the scrambles I was having with Darius, and he's a guy who's been wrestling his whole life. I don't think Siraki has that level of wrestling. I think Jan Siraki has a round in him where he's very strong. After a few touches to the body and a bit of frustration, he'll blow his load, he'll gas, and then I'll start to take over.
Go on. And I think I was watching a interview that Brian did with George recently online on YouTube, and George was saying that he believes that you're going to pick him out from range as well. It seems to be that's what you do. You're good on your feet, you're good on the ground as well. I don't think a lot of people have seen your jiu-jitsu actually in the cage.
Yeah. Now listen, I mean, by watching the George fight, I'll be honest, George is that good and I rate him that highly in terms of skill set, simply because he did make me look average. I've watched that fight back a load of times, and he did make me look like I was an average fighter on the ground. But people have to remember, he's a jiu-jitsu brown belt. He's been doing MMA since he's fucking 7 years old or whatever. And he's 23 now, so that's a lot of MMA. I've been doing MMA like 3 years. You know what I mean? Since like middle of COVID. So it's a lot of experience to make up for. And that is his game. You know, his game is it's what he's done to everyone. You know, he's done it to Russians and Bulgarians and all that have been wrestling their whole lives in the IMAFs. So I just think Jan Soroki is not that caliber of wrestler. He's not that caliber of grappler. Anyone else that has managed to take me down, even the likes of like a Chris Morris, who's a purple belt as well, the likes of Hassan, who's a jiu-jitsu brown belt also, the likes of Bo, you know, they took me down and they didn't manage to keep me down. And it's because they feel the danger down there. You know, they feel triangles coming, they get eaten elbows from the back, and they say, nah, this is not a good place to be. Let me just stand back up. At least I might have a chance here. So yeah, people underrate my grappling, I think, a little bit. And yeah, I think my game is becoming a bit more complete now. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to get the pieces all together, and I think I'll display that well in 2 weeks' time.
Come on. And we know the preparation's obviously coming along. We've seen you doing some strength and conditioning over there as well. How much do you feel that has attributed to the conditioning and really like the levels that you're operating at the moment?
Yeah, so obviously my strength's coming up leaps and bounds since I started working with Reggie last year. It's a full year now consistently doing strength and conditioning. I used to just do S&C in camps where like I'd do like 8 weeks to 12 weeks of strength and conditioning, and then I'd leave it off after a fight for like 4 weeks and sort of nearly be starting not like absolutely at zero again, but like having to make my way back up. Whereas now I've been consistent with it. I've seen my numbers all go up. I felt it in the gym. I felt it on the mats with my strength difference and everything else, and my conditioning as well. My cardio, you didn't get to see that today, but yeah, I think everything's coming up nicely. We're starting to peak nicely as well. And like I said, I was willing to fight Jan Soroki off the couch on a week's notice. So with a full camp, you know, maybe 6-week camp, but I'll call it a full camp. I think I'm gonna just completely outclass him. I don't think he's gonna have a breeze in there. I'll be disappointed if he lands a single clean shot on me, to be honest.
Come on, I like that. And also I saw that you were doing some like breathing training and breathing exercise. Just tell me a bit about that and how that again is going to help you in your fight game.
So that's something I only started recently. David Jackson, shout out David Jackson as well. It's just another layer to the game, isn't it? It's another little aspect. It's just those like little 1%, you know, that we want to get. And people say it's a game of inches, and they think it's just inches that people miss you with shots by and stuff like that. But it's inches that you make incrementally to improve yourself. So everyone trains on the mat. Everyone trains once, twice a day, whatever it is. Everyone does their cardio. Everyone goes for runs. Everyone lifts weights now. Not everyone's doing breathing. You know what I mean? So if you're doing that extra bit of mobility, that extra bit of breathing exercises, like that will give you an advantage when it comes to the cage. When it gets into the third round and you see your opponent breathing heavy and you're still breathing nice and easy through your nose, you know, that's when I think it'll make a big difference. Yeah.
Come on, I like that. And I see like with like the new age of MMA fighters, you know, I see a lot with yourself and with George, you're mixing up all aspects and not just martial arts in itself, but looking at the science behind it as well. Do you think as well the likes of your Jan Sirokis and other fighters of his caliber and his age, do you see that's a difference in terms of why younger guys are really just separating that
obviously gap? I'm not that much younger than Jan Siraki. He's only about 5 years older than me. I think he's 34. I just turned 29. But yeah, I think coming from a track and field background where in athletics, I think the sport's evolved a bit more. Like it's a bit further ahead in terms of the science, like you say, and doing everything not by guesswork. Like I feel like Jan's probably of that era where you just get in and you just train hard. You know, just get on the bike and just go until you're tired. You just get in the gym and just lift weights until you're sore. But that's not really the way to do it. You know, there's a method behind what I'm doing, and I want to peak at the right time. I want to make sure I'm at my best physical condition at the right time, not overtired. My nutrition's on point. Everything's on point. So yeah, I think that's a big difference when it comes to performance on the night.
Nice. And last time in the Octagon, you came out to a live performance from Kieran Incredible and T-Triz. What have you got for us in store this time around?
I've not got anyone walking me out this time, but I have got a little nice walkout track. little reference to the fact that Jan's a soldier. So
Come
we'll see who the real soldier is at the end of the night.
Come on, love that, love that. And we've talked obviously about the fight game. We've talked about your training. Who's Denis outside of MMA, really? What do you get up to? What do you like?
Fuck all, man. To be honest, it's a pretty all-encompassing game, and if you're 99% in this game, you're 100% out. You know, so I don't really do much else. Like, you know, I train. I pretty much do the morning sessions. I stay in the gym till the evening, do an evening session or do a cardio session in the evening. Then I go home, I have food and put a podcast on and go to bed. You know, I'm not really one of these people that goes out. I don't have the energy or the time or the money to be going out and doing all these other things. Like, yeah, it's a pretty all-encompassing thing. MMA is pretty much my life. Even at home, like a lot of the time, I'll just be like this weekend. I'll probably just watch some fights, watch the ONE FC card that happened this morning. Yeah, it's all I really think about, you know. So yeah, on my off time, I might, you know, go out and meet a few pals and that, like, but I'm not really one for doing anything else. This is my one and only hobby / profession.
Yeah, it's not a game for you, is it? This is real life. This is serious business.
It is life. Yeah.
Like it. And again, there's something that we normally do here on the Kids Got MMA. This or that, really, just quick fire questions. First thing that comes to your head. Only got a few for you, but you ready? All right, let's go. Prefer jiu-jitsu or striking?
Striking.
Rap or drill music?
Rap.
What's the best base for MMA? Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, or Muay Thai?
I think it depends how you implement it.
Okay, nice. Who wins Octagon 52 main event between Jonas Magard and Jack Cartwright?
I think Jonas Magard by unanimous decision.
Come on. Dublin or Manchester?
For what?
For living.
I think for lifestyle and birds and training, Manchester. For home, Dublin.
Like it. And long hair Denis or short hair Denis?
Short hair Denis,
definitely,
yeah.
Come on, I like
the
it.
hair was getting in the way a bit too much. I had to get rid of it, mate.
Yeah? Will we see a return of it in the future? I like that style.
Maybe when I'm retired, yeah.
Yeah? Come on, my guy. Denis, I'll just give you the platform just to shout out your sponsors, and if there's still time for sponsors to get on, let's plug it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cut-off point's done for the sponsors, but shout out to all my sponsors, obviously. I'm not going to name them all off the top of my head, but they know who they are. I tag them all the time in my stories. They're all over my page, so go check them out. Link in my bio on Instagram for discounts on Vigorate, pound for pound performance, etc. So check that all out.
Come on, Denis. I appreciate the time, brother. It's been a pleasure seeing you and seeing you do your business here and manage the top team, man. All the best for 52.
Appreciate it.
See you then, brother.
Nice one.
Take care.
Wins the most battles, pretty much wins them all, unless they win the big battle at the end, like it's fucking Avengers Endgame or something.